Gonna take the caliper slide pin bracket off first. It takes a 14 mil, and you will also need a thin 17 mil box wrench because the thing will spin. You want to put the box wrench in there. You can get it there. And we're gonna try to take this off here. Righty tighty, lefty loosen. These are set at 41 foot-pounds. Okay, so here we go. Alright, that one's good. That one's loose. Go down to the bottom one here. There's two of these. Okay, they're cracked open. Okay, and these are actually, here's something controversial. Toyota manual says to replace these. They are one-time use only. Looks like they got some red Loctite of some sort of Loctite on there. I did buy a set of these, but they're about $6 from my Toyota dealership. But I think I might just reuse them and return the other ones, but you can do what you want. This is the type that you need if you do want to reuse them, but I'm going to actually, or if you want to go new, but I'm actually going to reuse the ones and just put, and you can see they got the pre-thread lock already on it, but I might just reuse my originals and return those. All right. Here. Okay, there's the second one. So now this caliper bracket should come off. The next thing you need to do, this is the electric park brake. There's a clip right here, and you've just pushed down on it. If I can push down on it, it should come off. There. That's the tab you just push down. And this uses a, let's just take this off here. Okay, and you want to be careful. You don't want to put any strain on your brake hose, so either zip ties or coat hanger. So I'm going to go some people use a battery method. I'm going to do the manual method to compress this. This one, I guess the second generation, there is some sort of procedure to put the electronic parking brake in maintenance mode, but from what I researched, the third gen does not. So you can do either a manual, some people use a 9 volt, or a little small 12 volt, or you can use a T50, torx 50 to manually spin the parking brake and compress the brake. Crack that one open, and there's this one right here. The same thing. Get it, make sure it's in. Got it. Okay, then I am just gonna switch it to a screwdriver and spin these out. There we go. I got it. There we go. Yeah. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Get the there. All right, so I decided to try the top one first. It's a 3/8 breaker bar. My 1/2 inch was too long, so 3/8, and I did crack it, but it did come off, the first one. Now, let's go back to the bottom one that I first tried and see what happens here. Ooh, this is 151 foot-pounds. Might have to invest in a half-inch impact. I gotta get some, I'll just swing over this side. See if I can get some. Oh my gosh. I just don't have leverage here. Okay, I'm gonna have to hit it here. Oh, got it. So once again, I guess torque specs are 151 foot-pounds, and believe me, I believe it. Okay, now the bracket comes off. So you can see, I guess I got about 4 mil on my brakes here. See the difference? How much more meat? Off camera, I sprayed this rotor with, I don't know, some anti-rust stuff, because in North Dakota, it's all about salt and rust. So I'm gonna do, again, something controversial. I'm gonna save my rotors and just do pads, but I do wanna clean up the rotor and kind of polish off the mating surface and put a little bit of anti-seize here. Now again, some people say use it, some people say don't use it, but I'm just gonna use it just a little bit. So we're gonna see if we can pop this thing off. Again, I'm going to reuse the rotor, so I just got a block of wood and see if I can pop it off here. You can see the rust coming off. Okay. Whew. Now that, well, I think it did move, maybe a couple more. There we go. There we go. See the rust and dirt. So these aren't too bad. The vehicle has 44,000 miles. So what I've been told, and what I was told, that the adaptive cruise control uses the rear brakes more than the front, so you don't nosedive. So I got 11 mil on the front and 4 on the back. So I'm going to reuse the rotors and just replace the pads, but if I'm gonna go do this work, I'm just gonna clean off the mating surface, put a little anti-seize, and so it's gonna be easier the next time I do have to replace the rotors. I got a little wheel hub cleaner from Amazon. It was, I don't know, 15 bucks. I don't know that I'd buy this brand again. It's Velcro, snaps in there. What happens though, the Velcro wears out, so then just spins, but for the time being, this is, it'll work for what I need to do. So you just go in, see, you can see it just spins. So the Velcro's already ruined. So I just have to go on the outside. Then got a little brake cleaner, spray it down, clean it off. Okay, stand back. So wipe it off the excess and let her dry. Okay, I'm going to put just a tiny amount of anti-seize and just spread it around with my fingers. Some people coat it liberally. I just go around the rim like that. And the spacers. I might have to put just a fingertip. There. Okay. Some people coat a lot more. I just do a little bit. Granted, I was able to break it off with all the rust, so but just a little bit should help in the future. That should be good. Like I said, I'm gonna reuse the rotors. They look pretty good, 43,000 miles, 44. I'm just gonna spray some brake clean and clean it off. Let's step back. These are not geomet coated or whatever, have some coating on it, so they're just regular rotors. Okay, and we'll set this aside and let it dry off. Then we'll mount it. The rotor is dried. Brake clean is off. Brake clean, I'm gonna just mount it back on. And then I'm going to put a couple lug nuts to hold it in place. Okay, I'm gonna clean the brake caliper. I like to mark, there are the slide pins, glide pins, whatever you want to call them. There is a specific order to them. The top one actually has a rubber grommet on it. Let's see if I can even pull this thing off. Gee whiz. You gotta be careful you don't rip the rubber boot. So I put T or R for rubber, and it has this little rubber band on it. And unfortunately, the other brake that I started on, the rear passenger, I ripped that, so hopefully I can get a replacement. And then let's pull this one off. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, and this one does not. So, as you can see, once you clear this off, that's the bottom one I call. And then here's the top one. So I'm gonna spray some brake cleaner in here. I got a a pipe cleaner. Probably won't show this. You guys can figure out how to clean this the best, however you guys decide, and I'll get back to you. Okay, I cleaned out the slide pin holes. Can't see it on camera, but just used a bottle brush and some brake clean that out. Now I'm going to be taking off these pads. They just slide off, and you can tell which one's on the inside with the caliper piston has that indentation. And I'll take this one off there. And then we'll take these clips off, and another controversial move. I'm going to reuse these clips. The reason why I'm going to reuse these clips is I bought genuine Toyota brake pads and the clips are separate, whereas if you bought through Rock Auto or Summit Auto, you get third-party Bosch or Power Stop, the brake pads will come with the clips. Toyota doesn't come with the clips when you buy the Toyota pads. I suppose I could use them and throw these away, but I'm just gonna wire wheel them and clean them up and reuse them. As you can see, they come with the metal brackets, and on the inside is kind of a, I don't know what you call that, kind of a graphite fiberglass thing. I don't know, some sort of weave. It is different than just a standard shim. So each shim gets, this is on the inside of the pad, and then the silver goes on the outside. And you do that with both pads. The anti-rattle shims, or whatever you call these things. So this one goes on the inside. So if it snaps in, yep, that snaps in. And let's snap this one in. Snap. And then may have to, no, don't have to. Okay. And they do slide a little bit. I think that's part of it. So that's done, and that's done. One thing I did forget is to put these brake pad wear markers, or whatever you call these things, on, and they're pretty easy. So the outs or inside one, I'm gonna put it here. How does that work? Like that. There, so that's that one. And then this one is on the right hand side. There, so they match up right there. Next, I'm going to put the clips in. I'm going to reuse them. I've already been through that before. Now, I did buy some brake caliper grease. This is genuine Toyota. It's only for metal on metal contact. So I'm just gonna put, actually, I'm gonna put, before I do that, I'm gonna put my slide pins in first, just in case. So, slide pin is for rubber grease, because this thing has a rubber, I guess, band on it, and it's not gonna swell. I guess Sil Glide or there's other ceramic glide or something. There's a couple companies that make it. I think it's about the same stuff. The tube. Try not to drop it. That should be good enough. Maybe a little bit more on the back end there. All right. Now let's see here. The other side, I broke the rubber fitting, so hopefully I don't do it on this one. And for some reason, it's really tough to push in, but there we go. There we go. This one is working a lot better than the other one. I don't know what was wrong with that one. All right, I'm happy with that. And then this one, same drill. Lube it up. I'm wearing gloves. You can do it barehanded if you like. Slide this bad boy in here. There. It does have some sort of a, it does pop out. There we go, in there. That looks good. Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, I greased them up. As you can see, it has some pretty good movement. This one is, I don't know, stiffer, I guess, with the rubber O-ring, but I guess that's how that is. I put plenty of grease in there. So this one, I'm gonna go metal on metal. And I'm just gonna put a dab of where you put the clips on. Oops, I didn't clean this one. Forgot to clean up the clip holding, so I got my wire wheel here. That looks pretty good. This side looks pretty good. I did that. Oh, a little bit touch up. Okay, I'm happy. I guess you could spray cleaner, but I'm just gonna wipe it down. There's not too many metal shavings. Okay, put a dab of this on each of the spots. You don't need much, a little dab will do ya. Call that good, and just spread around. Get all the points. That's pretty good. Oh, just a tad. Just a tad. There. Okay, now we put the clips in. If I can remember how to put these clips in. Now, there it is. So, there. Two, 3, and 4. Now that I know what I'm doing. Okay, next, put a little dab on the inside here. Actually, I'm going to put the grease on the tabs, the pad tabs. So let's see, this is going to be my inside. So some people do this, some people don't. Some people put that anti-squeal red stuff on the back. I'm not going to do that. Everyone has their own techniques, but this is mine. Okay, so this is going to be the inside. Let's see if it slides in. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, now we do the outside. Gotta grease this bad boy up. You don't want to get anything on the pad itself. I think we all know that. off. Slide this guy in, and again clean my gloves so I don't get anything on the pad. Slide in. Look at that. Okay, so I marked a T for the top, and I'll get my bolts here, caliper bracket bolts, and I'm going to see if I can slide it on, and of course I have it. You know that was going to happen. All right. There. There. That looks good. Then I'm going to, get my caliper bolts and just start it by hand if I can. Okay, here we go, 151. Gosh. And the bottom one just for good measure. Okay, so this is the trick for these electronic parking brake. So I got a Harbor Freight cheapo brake compressor tool. I got the old brake pad here. I'm gonna put that here. Put some tension on this guy, just enough so it doesn't fall out. Okay, good enough. Now I'm gonna do the manual. Some people use a battery. This is the manual. I got a torque socket T50. And as I'm looking at it, I want to go clockwise. So every time I go clockwise, I want to turn this in. I guess there's some sort of technique. And I think it does bottom out eventually. Yep, she bottomed out. Don't over tighten it or else you're gonna have problems. Now I can just continue squeezing this thing in. Just hopefully. I also prepped the, okay, she's bound up there. I also took the brake fluid cap off, so we're pushing fluid back in. I got my nipper here. Get that out. All right, I think the best way is to put the parking brake assembly on and then put the caliper on. So how does this thing, let's see here, goes to there. Is it that way or is it, no, it has to go this way. Okay. Okay, and then Kaylin, can you grab those two small screws? Yep. And these are torque 5. So let's go there Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I gotta squeeze it together. It's not. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. And I need my torque 5 here to start it. Okay, just there, and then I'll use my little mini ratchet to tighten it down. It's kind of tricky to hold it and make sure you don't put any strain on the brake hose. All right, I'm gonna try and hand tighten it as good as I can. Grip strength is okay. Now I'm gonna put this in here and try to tighten it up. That's pretty good. And then, oh, my feet are killing me. Just hand tighten it. She was pretty kind of tight when I took it off, so. All right, that's good. It ain't going anywhere. All right, next, let's see if I compressed it enough. Make sure I have, let's see here. No kinks in the line. Slide it over. Okay, got it on. What I had to do was push in my slide pins to give it some more slack. I did have enough compression in the piston. I just had to clear the slide pins. So next, I'm going to, can you grab those two, Kaylin? I'm actually going to reuse these. Now again, keep repeating myself, you can do what you want to do. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on here and reuse them. I guess officially Toyota wants you to buy new. They're about $6. But I'm just going to reuse them. I don't believe they're torque to yield bolts. So they're at 41 foot-pounds, which I just don't believe that's torque to yield. If anything, the bracket bolt at 151 would be torque to yield, but you don't need to replace those. Okay, I got blue thread locker. I don't know, Toyota's is, I don't know, they have some red stuff, so I don't know if it's actually the red stuff, but just a little bit around it. And then we'll torque it to 150, or I'm sorry, 41 foot-pounds. Seems like, I don't know how much you need just to coat the threads, I guess. That's good enough. Put this guy back here. See if I can. See, why is it not? Is it catching? Here we go. Did I catch it? There, I think I caught it there. Okay, let's do the other one. That's probably good enough. Maybe a little bit there and call it good. Good enough. Okay, and you probably can't see this, but I'll do the bottom one. The torque spec for the slide pin bolt is 41, so has plenty of muscle. So we want to go foot-pounds here, and just as a release, we're gonna go 40. So I can't see anything with these glasses here. Okay, right. Okay, that's 40 right there on the left-hand side. And we go one past. 41, and then we tighten the nut down. Okay, and it's a 14 mil. There, make sure I got it righty-tighty. And we got our thin wrench to hold the bolt in. And here we go. All right, now she's starting to tighten up. And I'm actually gonna just tighten this one up here on this end. All right, there's a click at 41. There. I like to go back just to double check. There. All right. Next, we put the clip back in. Here to snap. And we can put the wheel back on.